What's up, everyone? Welcome to the stream. We're streaming live right now. If you guys are watching in the future, welcome. It's 5:30 in the morning right now, so nice and early for CVC. But yeah, we got CVC happening. I'm playing both my accounts right now. Got a pretty sweaty matchup on my alt, and then our main account here with the Sin Clan should be able to take care of business, I think. So let's get this going. It's personal reward CVC, so yeah, gonna be busy. There's lots of things to do anyway, so it's all good. We do have a fusion happening right now. We got a bunch of events happening. So Sand Devil also active. Definitely need some Sand Devil stuff. I've been going through the dust pretty heavily. Yeah, let's go. Let's check it out. Gonna do our keys. Can we get lucky here? We got a Lego book with a shard. That's pretty lucky, I'd say. And another ancient shard. Something too crazy there. Let's go. Let's see. Come on. That's the thing with these Wixwell teams, that they take longer to finish. Because they go so many turns, they take longer to finish. Nightmare. I actually pulled a Secret Shard from Nightmare, I think yesterday. So I got some pretty. They've been coming in. The Nightmare, the Sacred Shards have been coming in. We were also at the top of Hard Doom Tower, so we got a couple more. That definitely helps with our shard stocking plan, anyways. So. Hey, Toxie, what's up, man? Are we getting crushed? I don't know, man. I'm scared. I'm scared to commit, but I feel like we should. Just I don't know, actually. Should we? It's like a morale booster. It's a morale. It could be the end of us. You know what I mean? If we push and lose, it could be the end of us. To be honest, we're already kind of mentally frazzled from losing our first siege. I'm talking to my clanmate in chat, and we just lost our first siege in a long time. Actually, the first real siege that we lost, I think, that I can remember. But yeah, it was not a good time. Yeah, it's it is what it is, but it's not a good time. We can't win them all. That's the thing, but it feels bad when we lose. Yeah, it's the same clan too, so they're coming to finish us off. I don't know what to say. Um, I feel like we should probably go for it. But we need everybody to step up. That's the problem with CVC. It's never worth the resources you spend, and then you also need everybody to step up. Can't do it by one can't do it with like one group of people unless they like go crazy. But hey, Cruelty, what's up, man? Oh my god. Who did you lose to? We lost to FX1. FX1. They're like based on player power, they're top 500. The alt clan, my alt clan were top 300, top 250 usually. So we end up losing to them in Siege, kind of badly. So that feels bad. It feels bad, but it's humbling, and it teaches you some things and stuff. But yeah, it just didn't feel good for people in the clan and stuff. FX1 and T, yeah, they're in tier 8. Yeah, they're in tier 8. That's the fun of being in top clans. Yeah. Yeah. Like yeah, I don't know. It is what it is. It is what I'm okay with it. Like it's just kind of not something we can't work through, you know what I mean? Like we can, it's not like we're instantly like, oh, we're gonna lose every single whatever. It's not like that, right? You're bound to lose once in a while, but as long as you win the majority, and by majority I mean like 95% of things that you plan to win, you win. 95%, like if we say, okay, we're gonna win this one, I would probably say our success rate is probably pretty high, probably in the 90 percentile. And I think that's fine, right? Like you can't win them all, so. Hey, Money Dad, what's up, man? Hey, Artak, how are you? Long time watcher, first time catching you all live on stream. Love videos and how they relate to all of us. Free to play low spends. Yeah, welcome, man. Welcome, Money Dad. Welcome. Thanks for the support. Appreciate that. Damn, this Lazaria is so fast. It's faster than my Sifi. Is hard faction wars the most amount of points? Hard faction wars the most amount of points for you? Is it? It's double points right now. I think it's double points right now. So maybe you're seeing more points. Get in a single run. Oh, is it the most you can get in a single run? Probably, yeah. Probably, yeah. Why not? Yeah, I think we probably will commit to going for the CBC. But we need people to kind of step up. We can't have people not doing any points. So I think we'll make the call early and we'll go for it. And yeah, I'll just communicate a little bit with the plan. Hey, K-Nubs, how are you, man? Which CBC always? Yeah, I mean, unless it's like obvious destruction ahead, like what do you recommend to make 6-star? Um mm, Galathier? A loss only means there is still room to learn and excel in the future. No, for sure, yeah. 100%. Um like I've been with the same cluster since I started playing Raid. So I've um on both my accounts I basically was in one cluster for like three plus 4 years, somewhere around there. And then like one of my accounts is still there and we are in the top clan in that cluster. Well, and I've basically been the leader of that clan for about 4 years now. And my other clan, we moved on to Sin, and this clan is like a top 10 clan in the game based on player power. Um, so it's like, yeah, in terms of competitiveness, obviously at least I've seen quite a bit. I've seen quite a bit, and I think a lot of people thankfully, a lot of people are very patient. So the people that have stuck around have been patient, and kind of grew the clan and all that stuff together. So over like 5 years, right? So it's not easy. It's not easy to keep a clan alive, keep a clan motivated. So for so many years, right? So I feel like there's crazy power creep in the game right now, and yeah, it's becoming harder for it's been hard. It's been getting harder to keep winning, I guess, but against some competition that's actually really really tough. Like for example, like in tier 8 siege, it's really tough to keep up with clans that are really really big spenders, because they're gonna have really strong rosters, a lot better PvP gear, and it's becoming it's PvP fest again, right? And that's just something that you can't really do that well in unless you have really crazy rosters, right? Even if you have really great gear, um, you're not fighting one person, you're fighting like the whole clan, right? So it's yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I have mixed feelings about current state of spending. Hey Grim, what's up, man? How do you get so many one champ defenses in tag? In tier 4, gold 4, everybody's pretty coordinated. So at the beginning of the week, everyone sets their one-man defenses so that we can get easy, quick wins. And that's kind of the way you do it efficiently, right? You're at 300k right now. Nice. That one-man defenses allow yourself to fall in rankings. Yep. It's the beginning of at the beginning of the week it doesn't matter that much, so you just that's what you do. Not always sunshine and rainbows, yeah. Have all my alliances doing its easy points. Amazing what a clan can accomplish when there is great communication and everyone is on the same page. Yeah, that's the big thing, right? Like it took me years. I would say that it took me years to basically make the clan, like make my clan like on the same page. Because we started off as a nightmare clan, and then we had to grow to an ultra nightmare clan, and then we had to grow to a competitive clan, and then all the you have all the requirements start going up and up, and you have to find the right people and all that stuff. It's really, to build a clan, it's really really tough. Yeah, it's really tough. And we never had like a merger or anything like that with the clan, so it would be easier that way if you can get like infused with like half a clan of like other of a similar clan. It would be easier, but yeah, it's tough. A lot of things need to go into. A big thing is communication and expectations. Communication and expectations, that's a big thing. If people are not performing and they're expected to, then that's gonna be a problem, right? So, but some people have different levels of responsibility acceptance, I guess, for this game, because it's like, first of all, it's like, oh, it's a game, relax. Second of all, it's like there's 30 people, so they diffuse responsibility for everybody, right? So some people don't take it well when you know you call them on for being responsible for their actions. And we're playing, you have to realize we could be playing with like 12-year-olds here, right? We be playing with kids, right? So it's, I mean, some adults can act like kids too. Adults can act like kids too. So taking responsibility is just, I ain't bad, mate. Just doing CBC. All right, nice, man. You streaming today? Hey, Buggy, how are you? Send me 5K gems one time. I'm trying to see something. I couldn't send you 5K gems even if I wanted to, man. Losing top players over time, it's also sad. Yeah, it's tough. It's losing top players, and then obviously like players that you've known for a long time leaving is tough too. Yeah, for sure. I've had some people come back. That's the thing. People, you know, hopefully, value, having good people around, and they sometimes come back to the cluster. So I'm not too worried about that. We have a good cluster, we have a good clan, and some people, they outgrow the current situation, but it is what it is. At the end of the day, unfortunately it's just a game. Uh, I will say that when I was playing other games, I did develop some friendships over time, and they have lasted quite a bit. So I used to play Diablo 3, and I was with a group of friends playing Diablo 3 basically like fucking every minute of the day. And we actually still maintain our friendship over this game, which is pretty cool. Um, yeah, so we still have like a chat group and stuff. We're pretty, we're a couple of us became dads over the past decade and a half or whatever. But yeah, we still keep in touch, and that's kind of cool. And same can be said for Raid, I'm sure. When Raid is all said and done, hopefully we can still shoot the shit with people that you play with for so many years, right? But yeah, I understand it's different. It's different. Raid is very much like a social, not very much like a singular person game. I feel it's very hard to be overly social in this game. You have to be like a little bit. You have to go out of your way. I think. I don't know. It doesn't feel, and it also doesn't feel like Raid, is set up to be overly social, right? Feels like your Rose is missing some gear. All right, good shout. Let me see. I think you're right. I think you're right. We were just doing. Actually, are you right? Let's see. Yes, you're right. What were we doing? We were doing something. Trunda? I wish they would give us notifications like before you go into the fight, whether your champion's fully geared out. The other champion that loses gear a lot is Wukong. There we go. Wukong's gear gets used up a lot too. Oh, it's because I was doing faction wars yesterday. That's probably why. So that's good. Thanks for notifying me there. Okay. Buggy says he's 20 years old. There you go. Well, I mean, like 20 years old is pretty young. I mean, 20 years old is very young. So congratulations on being very young. You have a you have a lot of time, a lot of time left to enjoy your youngness. It's just a game, but the relationships and bonds that can be made are for a lifetime for sure. You suggest picking a clan rewards for energy since we have the fusion going on, or let it go to your inbox. Suggest picking up the clan rewards for energy. I don't know if they go to inbox. You just pick them up. So the 1,000 energy, I assume you're talking about in the clan shop, or are you talking about the energy that you win from CVC? I'm not too sure. Some of the biggest kids I ever met were plus or minus 25. You're resting now, as LA season is done. Resting? What the heck? Can't be resting, man. Having a wide range of options within a small cluster really helps with keeping people in the friend group. Yep, I agree. I hope that, I don't know. Grinding super hard, top end, is really tough for long periods of time. So I hope that people, when they're done grinding really hard, they come back and we can be like a retirement cluster for people. That would be nice. But yeah. First time chatter, I got a Void, Lego, and Senza. You have any thoughts on her? I actually have that champion, so congratulations. She's really good in Senza. I use her in my Titus team for my Hydra team, my Hydra Titus team. She provides a bunch of buffs on a single target plus a turn meter boost. So you can put her in a 9-piece protection set. She also has 2 AoEs, so you can put her in a hex set so she can apply her debuffs. You could give her a 9-piece feral set if you have bonuses for your if you want bonus damage for your whole team, because she applies 3 debuffs. But yeah, she's a great champ, good for boosting damage for boss fights, like lots of situations, right? That's about it. I mean, yeah, she's a great champ, so congratulations. True raid is more solo type vibe. I agree. Yeah, raid is anti-social game. Only siege, mostly communication. They need to implement more stuff. Yep, I agree. Yeah, or at least give somebody more control. But I guess they don't want to do that either. Like give like the leader or leader groups all the control over a clan, because that just doesn't feel too right, to be honest. But yeah, I could see why they're hesitant to do that. Do you think Granite would be a good addition to the Trunda comp? I feel like swapping Wixwell for him would give a ton more damage for the buffs. Wixwell for Granite. I mean, they do kind of different things, right? But yeah, if you give a Trunda team Granite, it's going to be a pretty big boost, I guess, because then you get some more ignore defense, you get the decreased defense, block buffs. It really depends on who covers your, other debuffs, right? Like how you fit them into a team. For sure, you could use them. But usually Lydia's in that comp, right? With Trunda, usually Lydia's in there. So Lydia's bringing the increased speed, and all that. So I don't know. I think, yeah, definitely possible, but it's not, a direct plug and play kind of thing, right? You're 22? Hey, Nico, what's up, man? Grim, you're 22? I, I can't believe that, man. I can't believe that, dude. You're 22? You freaking look older than me, man. I can't believe that. I think you're joking. How many stars you got in Faction Wars? Probably. Think I'm around 700 right now. I haven't really taken it overly seriously, but lately I've been randomly getting some random stars here and there. So, yeah, Yeah, I'm stuck in a couple spots that I think I can't get through, but right now I'm just like focusing on trying to go as high as possible, and then just kind of farming, like auto farming, not really going for the 3 stars right now. Laura is not gonna be a game changer for me. Chat is normal that I'm level 60 and I got no legendary from pulls. Is it normal? That's probably not normal. But it could. I mean, it depends on how much your playtime is too, right? Are you playing a lot, casual, etc., right? Somebody said that they've been playing for 5 years and they just pulled one void legendary. They've been playing for 5 years and he just pulled one void legendary. I got this comment in one of my videos recently. And it's like, bro, man, if you've been playing for 5 years and you only pulled one void legendary, that means you've only acquired 200 void shards in 5 years. That doesn't make any damn sense, man. That means you barely play the game. That means you barely play the game. And he said, "Oh, I've been playing since 2019 or something." And I was like, "Yes, like you've been playing like once a week, like or what? Like, you know what I mean?" Like, so, you know, it depends on your playtime, right? So, um, boom. Amir, how's it going? I was wondering if you think Leonardo would help me get 1 key Ultra Nightmare team. That's my next goal. Yeah, definitely. I mean, he's a great damage dealer. He brings increased defense and ally protection, which are key buffs for non-unkillable teams for Ultra Nightmare. So, if you're gonna build a traditional style team, which is it's called like a killable team. Basically, it can die. Having increased defense, ally protection, huge, huge, and plus he does damage too. So, yeah, really good, really great champ. And he's definitely going to help for a clan boss, but ultimately it depends what else you're running him with. But he has a great kit for a clan boss. Why is Taras not used endgame live arena? Thought he was strong. I mean, he is still strong. The thing is with Taras is that he just kind of hits hard. He just kind of hits hard, right? So there's a lot of champions that kind of hit hard, but they also do other things. But the best thing with Taras is that he's pretty OP with Marichka. With Marichka, both of them together is pretty nuts. But Taras by himself can kind of be handled because, first of all, he can't go through some of the crazy, annoying stuff in the game like block damage, unkillable. He, he has a 4 turn cooldown AoE, which means he could be kind of like taken advantage of with teams that revive a lot. And there's a lot of revivers in the meta. So if you have him facing a team that revives a lot, he can't deal with all of them. Like you know what I mean. Like, and I found that I have a Taras myself, and that's one of the big issues I have with him is that he has a couple single target hits. He hits hard, but his AOE comes once every 4 turns, and it's kind of not enough. Kind of not enough. So, um, I kind of demoted him to be honest, because also Empress uses HP based gear. So Empress took all the best HP damage gear on my account, and yeah, my Taras is basically just doing like PvE content at this point. So he's not doing too much stuff for me, which kind of sucks to be honest. But I mean, he's good enough to be relevant again, perhaps, right? So, but by no means is he a bad champ. He's still a great champ. You do 4 counts to 1320 and see if you need rest. I don't think so. I'm not gonna. That's crazy. I can't even do my second account to 1320. I don't. I don't enjoy playing live arena on my second account that much. Just mainly because I don't spend that much time on it. So it's not. It's not. It has higher potential, but I just don't have time to spend on it. Um, and I'm on the mission. I'm on the mayor's mission to get 40 live arena wins, and I'm just not even motivated to go for it. So, uh, Have you crafted your mythical relic from LA? No, I haven't. I haven't done my crafts yet. I'm kind of on the fence about it, guys, because what was it? Plarium. When I was talking to Banana Jam from Plarium, she was saying that she hinted or alluded to something about potentially potentially some kind of boost, some kind of event boosting relics. All right. And that led me to kind of think that perhaps saving relics for those crafts could be useful. Like I have stuff to go. Like I have materials to go. I can make 3 mythical crafts right now. Um, but yeah, like I said, they kind of alluded to perhaps some future events for relics, similar to like how they do with shards and champions and stuff. So I'm thinking there's probably going to be some kind of perhaps some kind of event that can give you some extra um you know extra incentives for pulling. So for now I'm kind of holding. I don't know till when. For now I'm kind of holding. But yeah, we will see. I might just pull it anyways because I think saving it without any kind of um, timeline is kind of silly because it most likely will not happen, and I'm just kind of basing it off of like my own like thinking around it. It's like, oh, this, she was kind of waffling a little bit, and I was like, there could be some events coming in the future. I don't know. The only void Lego is Supreme Kale. Doing Grim dirty? Oh, 52. Maybe he meant title and meant 32. That's what takeovers do to you? Oh my god. I can't believe it. I'm not 52 or 32. So you're 22? For real? That's crazy, man. That's crazy. I would not have guessed. I'd say 32. Yeah, but that's believable. But 22, it doesn't seem believable, man. I play every day. I have 100 days in the game. Pulled only on 2x. Unlucky, I guess. Oh, that is a little bit unlucky, yeah. I mean, you probably haven't pulled that many shards 100 days into the game, but yeah, hopefully you pulled something nice on your first one. I know the first couple months you're already not feeling great if you're not pulling anything good, but eventually it all comes. Also, fusions are a big help. So preparing to do fusions, that's a big help. But I think like the first big thing in this game is to get to Ultra Nightmare Clan Boss. Once you get to Ultra Nightmare Clan Boss, the game totally changes for you. Like now you have choice. Now you have a choice, right? Now you can actually go for fusions and stuff. Whereas if you're not doing Ultra Nightmare Clan Boss, it's really really difficult to do fusions because you have to save up and all that stuff. So what account did you lose Siege in? I lost on my alt account. My main account is still undefeated. So the account that you see on the screen is my main account, Boozilla, and my alt account, which was my original account, is called Boozor. And I'm the so my main account is in the Sin clan. So you can kind of see here Sin, and then my alt account is in UNG clan. Uh, and yeah, so that's the clan we actually lost. We have I don't know how many medals we have, how many wins we have in Siege. I think we have quite a bit. 28. So we have 28 medals and 28 Siege wins. But we lost. Yeah, we lost last Siege against the same clan that we're facing in CVC, and we might get some PTSD here, losing to them in Siege, and then we might lose to them in CVC. So that's a little bit. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what we want to do. I would say just. I think we go for it. I think, but no one wants to make that call. But let me. Sorry, guys. One sec. There, let's catch on and chat here a little bit. You save 8K gems in 2 months. That sounds about right. I think if I was saving mostly gems, you get about 4 or 5K gems per month. I don't know if you can save it all, but yeah, 4 or 5K gems a month seems about right. And then saving it all, of course. It's better to use the books in CBC or champion training tournament. It depends. It depends. Depends what you know what you need, I guess, or what you can do. Like for example, if you have a hard time hitting minimums for CBC, then yeah, just spend your books, right? No big deal. But they do help in training tournaments, so it is quite useful. Niemi is super strong in PvP. Yeah, she's awesome. She's like quickly become one of my like main picks. The affinity is tough. The 10 Great Hall level is tough for when you're starting out. When you start seeing them selling relic mats is when you know the 2x is coming. That kind of makes sense too, yeah. So if you don't burn, what makes it strong to remove stone skin? So basically, incinerate boosts the damage of your HP burns, and HP burn can just burn through stone skin. You do need a little bit of a blessing on him. I would say minimum, I think 3 stars for it to be strong enough. Also, you could use the HP burn relic, which boosts HP burn damage. That could be useful too. Yeah, that's kind of how it works. What else? I think there's something else. There's a blessing, incinerate, and then there's a relic that boosts HP burn. I forget what else. Oh, hey, Nub Raids, what's up, man? Yo, what's up, dude? How's your wisdom tooth? How's your wisdom tooth, man? Hey, celebrity in the house, guys. How is it your rivals clans in your rival clan stream? No rival. Nubs ends his stream, and then that's when I slide in. I never stream during the same stream as Nubs because I would have like no viewers and Nubs would have all the viewers. So then once he's done, then people are like, Nubs ended his stream. Now I got nowhere to go, and then I start my stream, and then I might attract maybe like 10% of those viewers back. So that's my strategy, my big brain strategy there, for YouTube stream strategies. That clan was only around rank 400, 500 to defeat you. Did you have some good strategy or what? Yeah, exactly, right? They're around rank 500. But our clan was like 200, rank 200 or so. I don't know. I think we had a couple spots where we couldn't get through, and yeah, it really just took the winds out of our sails, I guess. Honestly, like my alt account is not the best for PvP. Let's say that right now. But yeah, we definitely had some issues going through a couple key posts for them. So I'm not too sure. I mean, we have some big spenders and like big accounts, really strong PvP players on our clan as well. But yeah, it just didn't work out against them that time. So I'm not too sure. Strategy wise, I don't think it was anything too crazy. But we did get stuck on a post or two, which is kind of shitty. It's okay. I mean, it helps us learn to see where we can get better, but it gives us some ideas. But yeah, overall, it just doesn't feel great. You have 78K gems for you to play. Damn, man, you gotta use those gems. You gotta boost your account. I can beat Ultra Nightmare Clan Boss with 4 keys or Nightmare 2 keys. Go for the top chest Ultra Nightmare. So 4 key Ultra Nightmare to get the top chest. Do you remember the Lydia Soul tournament? When do you think next tournament like that will be have enough food for. I mean, it's probably gonna be soon. You're probably gonna get a chance to do a winner take all training tournament for probably something like Shredder, or maybe one of the souls for one of the collab champions. That might be up pretty soon too. I used to use only book for CVC, but now I find myself using them more for training. Yeah, it really depends. Like if you don't have issues like finishing off CVC points, then the books can be used elsewhere. Yeah. Or there's just so much to do, right? That as well. There's just so much to do. How are you able to store so many multi battles? I don't do anything crazy. I just accumulate them from playing the game. So live arena, you get 20 every day. I also use RSL helper whenever available, and that helps. So I don't use multi battles that way. Are you gonna keep the Norag avatar? Yeah. I had to take mine off. So Nubs still kept his on. I thought 2 weeks was enough, but Nubs still has the avatar on, which is really cool. I don't know if Nubs, are you still there? Did you do the intro? Did you do the intro that we were supposed to do for each other? Because I did yours. And people in the comments were like, did that guy just call us losers? So they didn't understand the joke, but I think most people understood the joke. But I did have somebody in the comments basically call me out because I called the viewers losers. And if you guys don't know what I'm talking about in chat right now, but basically like when me and Nubs were doing the Plarium call, we both lost one of the challenges that allowed the other person to basically make up an intro for one of their videos. So the intro that Nubs made for me was basically saying, "What's up, losers? Boozer here with the news." So that was the intro that he gave me, and I did say that in one of my videos. And then I did get some comments saying that, "Whoa, this guy just called us losers." So I don't know if they got the joke, but and I don't know if Nubs actually went through with my intro for him. But basically, I wanted him just to do the intro that I usually do myself for my own videos. But yeah. Are you gonna change your YouTube avatar since you lost the interview? I changed my Discord. Avatar. I left it on for 2 weeks, and I also changed my Discord name and I left it on for 2 weeks. I figured that was enough. I didn't change my YouTube channel. I kind of forgot about it, and I was like, I don't know if that's gonna be a little bit extreme. Mine is a little bit uglier, right? I got a Gerda. It's not as nice looking as a banana Norog. Either he doesn't want to miss messages or he's a hell of a stream delay. No, I just don't miss messages. Yeah. So 48-hour stream just to mess with you. 48-hour stream. Yeah, then I definitely won't get any views, that's for sure. 40-hour streams are like, damn you, Nubs, damn you. What was your special defense post you couldn't defeat? It was a defense based post, and I forgot what it had. It had Helicath. It had a really, really fast Helicath in 9-piece protection, and it had all sorts of nasty stuff in it. I forgot what was in it. But the big thing with that was it had a really fast Helicath, like 400 plus speed Helicath in protection. And that gave a bit of problems, yeah. Got the last laugh amulet. Which champs do you recommend using it on? I mean, it's pretty good universally. You can use it on DPS champions. You can use it on support champions. Ideally, a champion, I think, with a heal ability. That's probably the best thing because you can basically have last laugh and then use a heal ability and then you can basically carry on, right? That would be the best situation. You got 91k gems? How's that possible? I mean, aren't you a spender too? Spenders can get big, crazy amount of gems, but 91k is quite a bit, especially if you're not using it. You guys should stream together one day, like a double team thing. Like we could just do like a 24-hour collab. Honestly, that would be kind of fun. First of all, that would be kind of fun. Second of all, that would be unrealistic because there's no way I can spare 24 hours to play this game nonstop. But I guess if it's like for a like special event or something, I don't know, then it could be okay, but that would be cool. One Ultra Nightmare chest, which is better? I would say there's a math. You can do math for it, but I would say the Ultra Nightmare chest probably gives you more big rewards, so Sacred Shards legendary books, than 2 nightmare chests per month. So if you do 30 ultra nightmare chests per month versus 60 nightmare chests, you probably get more resources out of 30 ultra nightmare chests, to be honest. But yeah, there's a way to math it out, because you can just do the, you just use the rates and then figure out what you get, right? What your net rewards will be. Will you be looking to do a showcase on new Lego Klazag? Looking forward to it. Yes, I did playtest Klazag, and his showcase will be coming out shortly. I'm just trying to figure out, like, I'm all done. I'm done with the video. I'm done with playtest. It's ready to go. So I can, release it anytime. I'm just trying to think or find a good time to release it. Wow, 12K points. Damn. Because I think right now is like, there's a lot of things we can make content on. So I obviously, I want to kind of like spread out the content releases. And that's just being strategic with the YouTube stuff, right? So I'm just trying to be a little strategic with what I release and all that stuff. So, but I have I have it done. I play tested him. I think he's great. But I think there's some issues. I would say there's some issues with him that doesn't make him as good as he seems. Obviously, he seems really good, but there's some things that make him seem not as good. So we'll go over it in the playtest. And I think on the test server, he was kind of bugged out, because on his skill description, actually, he says that he only places unkillable buff for 1 turn, and that's not true. He places unkillable buff for 2 turns, which is crazy. So his kit is even better than it actually reads. Like when we were going over the kit in videos, his kit's actually better than what it actually reads, because he actually plays unkillable for 2 turns, not 1 turn that it reads. So yeah, he's nuts. He's nuts. He has a lot of stuff going on. 24-hour cooldown. Yeah, accidentally pulled a Sacred Shard and got Ash Arrow. Is he good? You know what? I never played with Ash Arrow before, and I rarely ever play against him. But I've had people swear that he is better than everyone gives him credit for. I almost never see him, even though his passive makes it so that he's kind of viable in a lot of spots. But I don't know. Is he good? I mean, for Sylvan Watchers, there's not too many DPS champions. So, fuck, fuck. This guy actually transformed. It's so annoying. I'm trying to A1 him so I can save my abilities, but fuck, this guy transformed. But I think he's probably worth building just because the faction's so weak for DPS. And he is a decent DPS. He's not like crazy. But I've had people swear that he's better than it seems. Oh fuck, I fucked this up, didn't I? I fucked this up. At least steal the turn meter? Come on. I can't steal a turn meter? Come on. This wave's the nasty wave here. This is where Alsgor is actually the best. Otherwise, this wave's like manageable. Or not manageable, but this wave's like, oh, fuck, accuracy. Sorry. This wave is the worst. Otherwise, this stage is no problems. Fuck. The cleanse. Fuck, man. The fear of losing the fear here. Fuck. Got fear 3 times. Okay. Yeah, usually I have to manual some of that like stuff on 21. It's a bit of a pain. I don't really want to do it here on stream, so I'm not going to do that. Really tedious. That's one of the things with Faction Wars too. I remember Biohack was saying that he hated the manual aspect of farming hard Faction Wars, and that's kind of one of the things that pushed him to quit. It's crazy, man. Release after stream. Versus an Odin with Last Laugh Amulet was annoying because it's passive procking. Yeah, that's a good one. There you go. Super annoying. Keyhawk looks awesome. I want one. Yeah, Keyhawk looks awesome as well. I like the aesthetic. Looks really good. And yeah, as a champion, he's great. No doubt. I won't spoil too much for you guys, but no doubt he is great. Hey, Uncle Dan, how are you? This is the wave that has me stuck. Yeah. Sylvan has Daithi. Yeah. I use Daithi as my DPS. I mean, he's fine, but I also have him with like 4 OP supports, and it takes forever. So I would like another DPS that can actually do more damage. But make Arman's fastest and sheep the utility to lock him out. Sheep the utility. Oh, Unity. Sorry, yeah, Unity. Yeah, that could work. I can auto it and click on Unity and turn off A3 on first wave. Okay, fair. You don't have to manual always 21. You don't. That's the thing. Like I can have RSL helper on and leave it running on 21, and eventually it'll clear it. But it'll take like, I don't know, 10 attempts or something. So I don't really want to do that right now. Obviously, and helper's not active, so I'll just have to manual it and go through it one time later in the day, which is no big deal. Sorry, let me go over faction. But these are, two of my strongest factions, right? Undead and Barbarian. Both of them I cleared already to 21, so I can farm 21. Yeah, I mean, he quit because he wasn't enjoying rain anymore, but one of the big things that he wasn't enjoying was doing hard faction wars. Exactly what I was saying, right? I've seen on 16 got better glyph results on 21. Maybe it's a bug. I don't know. I don't know the actual drop rates. Holy cow. Uncle Dan, $100. Thank you for the stream. Thank you, Uncle Dan. Holy cow. Wow. Thank you so much, Uncle Dan. No, thank you for hanging out. Thank you for the support. Really, really appreciate that, man. Thank you so much. Yeah, hope you enjoy. And welcome to the stream, man. Thank you so much. So much. Thank you, man. Appreciate that very, very much. Use Niemi as DPS for Sylvan Faction War. She smacks in Merciless. I have her in 9-piece protection, so I don't really want to sub out any gear or do anything crazy. I can beat Sylvan, like 21, full auto. It just takes a long time. Like, it's just, I'm running like crazy supports with 1 Daithi. So, it is what it is, right? But it's fine. I don't really want to swap gear sets to make it a couple minutes faster. It's no big deal. Hi, Boo Boo. Hey, what's up, man? What's up, Cropsio from Game Leap, guys? How's it going? King, yeah, King Dan, King Uncle Dan. Thank you, Uncle Dan. Thank you, Daddy Dan. We'll call him Daddy for 2 minutes here. Thank you, Daddy Dan. Let's buy some shards. No buying shards. Send the nephew $100. Send a long lost nephew $100. Send a long lost nephew $100. That's a good one. Leonardo summons souls, dungeon divers, greater than Ralph. Raph summon soul, summon rush, champion training. I sure hope that Leonardo is not summon soul, because Leonardo's event will be bigger, right? There'll be more during the hero's path than the deck of fate. So I sure hope that they don't put souls in an event that's bigger, because people will have less soul stones, right? But I actually have a video coming out today that actually breaks down the calendar a little bit more. But basically, I really think that Leonardo is going to be souls and Raphael is going to be it's going to be soul stones probably. It's going to be one or the other. So I don't see them putting it together because the events are right after each other. So um, it was possible that it would have been soul stones and shards on one event, but I feel like it's more and more likely that they're probably going to be split up. So soul stones on one, shards on the other, and then energy requirement on as the secondary requirement. So either training or dungeon diving. But it's really tough, right? Because you have to save basically everything. Like you have to save shards, stones, energy. Crazy, man. It's crazy. Whoa, no daddy. Daddy Dan, huh? That was your name some time ago with Banana Jam, right? Yes, that was me. Yes, we did do the interview thing with Banana Jam. Yeah. Do you have any tips for someone who is struggling in tag team arena? Don't have the roster to have only PvP champions. Yeah, sure. I mean, like a lot of it is going to be, roster dependent, right? So if you don't have a great roster, then you're not going to be going super, super high. Um, but I would say that after they made the changes to have people go up in gold, I definitely seen more players and weaker players in the higher tiers of gold. So I would imagine that the stronger players from the lower tiers are going up. So I would think that tag team is easier after they changed it because the better players are just going up. Um, a lot of early tag team is just being patient. You have to find the right matchups. You have to make good teams. And a lot of the times you can't win 3 out of 3. You have to find matchups where you win 2 out of 3 and then slowly kind of grind up. Now, when you grind is important too, because if you want to, increase your tier, you kind of have to grind in the last day of the week, just before reset. So if you can do that, that increases the chances of you climbing tiers. And that's kind of how you progress through. And the thing with tag team is that you have to kind of maintain it, like every week. You can't just not do anything for a week and then expect to be, in the same tier, right? So you have to kind of maintain it. And that can be a bit of a pain, right? That can be a bit of a pain, and some people can't do that. So, yeah, that's kind of like my quick little snip there about tag team. But for me, tag team, like I've always been in gold 4 for a long time now. I think for a little bit of time, my defense was kind of struggling in gold 4 because the mythicals and stuff. But ever since, I would say I would say I fell out of Go 4 for maybe like a week or two, and then I came back in and I never fell back out. So I've always been in Go 4. Go 4 seems very easy, like relative to climbing into gold from before, because Gold 4 most people just kind of maintain. They don't really go too hard, I think. And if we go hard, you just go against one man defenses. So I don't know. It's interesting. But yeah, like as you go higher up, it gets more and more coordinated and it gets easier and easier. Uh, I That's at least my experience, anyways. Don't say Leo is Souls. No, don't say Leo is Souls. He's hyped and wanted champion. Surely they'll make him more accessible with shards. Yes, I hope it's shards. I hope it's shards. Trust me, I hope it's shards. Like I have souls. I have soul stones too. I've saved everything, man. I've saved everything for a long time, actually. I haven't pulled mortals. Like I've skipped 2x mortals event. I skipped 2x immortal events. Like look, I have 82 here and I have 79 here. So I can pump 80 more. So I got 160 of those. And then for the medium ones, I have 22 here and then 43 here. So I have 65 medium ones. But I don't like spending the coins on the soul stones because I use the coins to buy the essences, right? So I don't do, I don't convert. And I'm so sad I don't have any I don't have any of these anymore, so I have 60. That feels pretty bad. Actually, I recently spent 100 to level up my Sulfurion to 5 stars. So I'm in, I got nothing left. I can't buy like a 6-star for a long time, probably for like 4 or 5 months or something. But yeah, it is what it is. But shards, I've been saving up the shards, and we're back up to 20 sacred shards. And I'm not too worried about shards here. Like here, I got 57 primal shards. I'm ready to go. I'm like, please, 2x primals any day now. But 20 sacred shards, that should at least get me close to the champion. And then obviously my gems, if it's energy based, my gems will finish it off. But we do have a fusion coming. We do have a fusion active right now, and that's gonna drain me of a couple sacred shards. So I have to account for that a little bit. Maybe I can't get the soul. Maybe I can't get the soul. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe I can't get the soul. I don't know. We had prep time too. That's the thing. We had prep time, and it's still just too much, man. It's just too much craziness. Too many events. When using the optimizer, what skill do you select when building Marius? Overall, A2 or A1 or A2? Usually I just go for the A2, of course, but primal packs in shop right now. Good sign of proper 2x soon. That's good observation, Toxie. I think so. I mean, the last proper 2x primal was end of May, so it should be any time, man. And I think doing it next week makes sense during the champion chase, because I think people perhaps can set themselves up. So this is a bit of a trap, right? This is a bit of a trap offering the epic in the summon rush in the first week, because if you go and spend extra shards to get the epic, it kind of leads you into believing that you can skip the next summon event. If you put an event where it's very hard to skip, then you would have spent the extra shards for no reason, right? So this is the bait of having epic champions in the first summon event. And this is kind of why I kind of advised to not go for it, because if you guys see in my next video that I released today, the fusion leads right into the Titan event, right? The fusion leads right into it, and there's definitely possibility that the second summon event in the fusion will like be very difficult to skip. They'll make it so that it's very difficult to skip, and then you basically would have committed your shards for an epic and then basically overpaid for the fusion. But I think most people are not going for the fusion. That's the thing too. Most people are not going for the fusion because their singular focus is getting the turtles, which is cool. I like that. That's cool. But it'll be interesting to see what the analytics are. I don't really know. I mean, for me personally, I go for any fusion, regardless if they're good or bad. So it's just the way it goes for me. Gotta catch them all. It makes sense for them to put souls in Leonardo because it's more difficult. It's true, it's super difficult. The last one where it was a hero plus soul, hero's path, was Alatreon. So if you guys look up old footage on Alatreon's hero's path, it was absolutely insane. So you're not getting a lot of value from the soul stones. And then after that, it was training. So it was like a 4-day grueling training event, right? So everybody had to do this insane training event just to get the champion. And if you wanted the soul for him, it's just insane, right? I think somebody worked it out, and it was the equivalent of doing like 50K training tournament or 50K training event to get the champion. If you guys noticed, most training tournaments are like 10 to 12,000. But to get the champion, it was like closer to 50K. I think somebody worked it out. And then to get the soul, it was like 40K. So you basically be putting, like, if you could imagine yourself in a training tournament and then putting up 90K points for a champion plus a soul. Technically, that's pretty good value, right? Because, for me, I put up 100K to win Lydia's 6-star soul in a training tournament. But, in the same kind of resource, you could spend 100K and get Alatreon plus Alatreon's 5-star soul. Technically a good deal, but it's still a lot for regular people to do, or that don't sweat the game every day, right? So that's kind of what you're expecting if it's training only. If it's training only, expect to go 50,000 for the champion probably. I don't know what I would prefer. You know what I mean? Like I would prefer that I'd not be so sweaty for 4 days, but I think it's going to be shards for Leo. Maybe shards training. That would be okay. And then Soulstone's dungeon diving for Raph makes sense, but it could be any of those combinations. So we will have to see. Okay, there's a lot of stuff to do here. So so gear, that's done. So gear enhancement, gear hunters. I don't like this. Gear enhancement, gear hunters. I don't like that. I don't like that. They didn't increase the silver cost yet. This is gonna come, guys. This is gonna come. The gear enhancement events is gonna come one day. They're gonna move this to 5600 one day, because you know they're not gonna give us free silver removal and not take it away somehow. You know what I mean? Let's see. Sorry, I'm missing chat. Oh, I'm pretty deep into chat. Officially 3 months since last Marius Soul in Merchant. Yikes. Feel you, man. Feel you. I'm done with that life though. Imagine a Pokemon collab. I think it's a little bit Pokemon doesn't really fit the theme unless they like make some pretty cool, realistic looking Pokemon. But I don't think it really fits the theme. It would be cool though. I love Pokemon though. So they can make it work. Gear getters. I think Halloween Fusion is right after the event. Straight to Christmas event, not to mention 8 bosses patch or whatever. Yeah, the Halloween Fusion should be a week after the Titan event for April. Assuming that happens, I don't know if that's gonna happen, but based on the dates, based on the data that was leaked out, then yeah, it could be the case. We need relic free swap too. You guys tell them. Yeah, we tell them lots of stuff. They don't necessarily listen, but Little Miss Pony. I like the idea of a 1 hour move. 1 hour relic swap. That's like that would be kind of okay. Yeah, why not? Why not? I think that'll be okay. I'm lagging a bit. I feel like I'm lagging a bit. Okay. Anyways, gonna go through some of the gear here because it's kind of in the way, and then we'll hop in and do some live arena. Can I get a triple? Let's see if we can get lucky on here on stream. Nope, not for me. Pretty bad roll. Have to check it later. Oh, look at that. I guess you guys can't see. I have to move my fat head. These pieces basically the same. Look at the HP, crit rate, crit damage. I don't know if these are going to be good, but I don't have too many of these impulse pieces. That's going to be a self. 5-star piece. Come on, any good zeal here? This is a good piece for Trunda, maybe. And it rolled okay. Rolled pretty good, actually. 20 crit damage. It rolled pretty good. Yeah, I like it. I like that one. This one, not so much. Not so much here. Then roll this up. See if we get quad roll. Nope, we got nothing, so that's dead. Ooh, this one's pretty good. It's missing speed, but it's pretty good damage one. I mean, the missing speed kind of sucks. Let's see where it goes. Crit damage, and then double crit damage, double crit attack, or double attack. No speed. We'll take a look at that later. Feral boots. No speed. Goner. So keep this. Select some of our stuff. We got 5 charms. Wow. Whoop-dee, man. Whoop-dee. 5 charms. But yeah, tag bags. That's where the points are going to come from. So we're just going to keep rocking these for a little bit until we run out. When you get Raph? Oh, I got him during the 2x Ancient event. I just pulled him on the I think it was a progressive. No, it's not progressive. It was a 10x Raph and a 2x Ancient a couple weeks ago. So this was at the beginning of the month. So I pulled Raph, and I was like, "Whoa! I pulled Raph. That's so cool." But he was the progressive champion at that time. I did pull Raph. I didn't build him out yet because I think he's probably the worst one. I don't know if I want to build him out. Um, but I don't know. I might just build him out for the memes. You know what I mean? I might just build him out for the memes. Hold on one sec, guys. I have to manual this one stage in Centranos on my alt, being a little bit of a pain. Is Freya worth buying a 6-star soul from the merchant? I see her often in strong siege defenses. Freya's good, definitely good, definitely worth buying a 6-star soul for. It really depends on the rest of your roster and what champion takes priority over her. But I think I think she would be worth it. She's a good champ. I know Grim used to use her or uses her to some extent, so maybe Grim can chime in here a little bit on Freya. But I think Freya is a very good champion. You pulled Raph, that luck though. It is super lucky, right? Because he was on a 10x event, so 10x. So 10x means that there's about 5% chance of pulling that champion. But it was, yeah, so it's obviously very lucky, right? 5% chance of pulling Raph. So, sometimes you hit, sometimes you get lucky. I don't know. Sometimes you get lucky. But I think this year definitely hit a decent amount of the of the boosted champion. I don't know. People always say that our accounts are rigged by Plarium. You never know. I don't know. I don't think so. Why would they punish me, man, for my primal luck, for my mythical luck? They punished me for so long, but then they give me all these progressive event hits. I don't know, man. But people always say that CCs have boosted rates and all that stuff. It's funny to play into. He's not bad, but yeah, not the best. Yeah, I play tested Raph. I thought he was fun. He was fun to play with, but yeah, not the best for sure. I would say he's probably one of the worst ones. Donnie's really good. Leo's really good. Mikey, I would say, is probably third, and Raph is probably last, just because I think Mikey is a little bit more useful than Raph. Because Mikey can decrease defense, spread, leech, attack down, and he's useful for newer players to use. Whereas Raph needs good gear, he needs a good team around him. And then even then, he's not that good. So yeah, I would say Raph is easily the worst of the four turtles, and I say it wouldn't even be close, to be honest, because Mikey I think is a lot better. She's your third fastest at 436. I pulled Leo on 2x voids, and now I don't know what to do with my shards. I don't know. Enjoy a couple weeks off, I guess. All right, let's tackle this again. Finish this off here. I haven't been interested in the turtles much. Yeah, I mean they're not gonna, they're not gonna move the needle on most endgame accounts, but they're fun. Fun to have, fun to play around with a little bit. I would say Leo is probably endgame viable in some spots, maybe. Defense based void damage dealer. With survivability. But I don't know. I had this conversation with somebody where I was like talking about Leo versus Harima and who would deserve to get the best defense based gear on your account. Because I think Marius is still better than Leo, obviously, but as a second, who would get the best secondary? Who would get the best secondary defense based damage gear on your account. And I'm not too sure. I think Harima still is a pretty good case. You know what I mean? I don't know. What do you guys think? What do you guys think? Would you guys um, prefer Harima versus Leo or Leo over Harima? I think for PvE purposes. Block debuffs. There we go. Let's go. Get that stupid Unity champion out of the way. All right, after this, should be home free. Get through this stupid dumb wave. There we go. We're there. We're there. We just need Freya's cleanse ability back. I think we got back already. So against the boss. Okay. I think we saved the sheep because the boss has a buff we need to strip, I think. We'll save the shield for now. Save the sheep for now. I think we just full auto. Okay. Agree. Raph should be best. Raph should be best. Bite me. I love Raph. I love his character and stuff, but like, yeah, he's definitely not the best. He's probably the worst. And it's by a good long shot. 5 years, 2 mythicals, consistency. 5 years, 10 mythicals. Yeah, he has quite a bit, man. It's borderline ridiculous. But you know what? He documented all his pulls, and I think he pulled 3 mythical champions in one 10 pull before. I don't know. Somebody sent me a screenshot. It was absolutely absurd. But yeah, that's Cad's free. I mean, like, this is luck, right? It's just crazy luck. You pulled Meta Void in 2 years. You haven't pulled Meta Void in 2 years? Does Leorius hit way harder than, say, a Tholen? I'm not too sure. Leorius doesn't hit very hard because his kit's kind of baked in the benefit of his like reduced HP. So the fact that he gets more damage as his HP is reduced is kind of baked into his kit's multipliers. So that means that Plarium has given that ability quite a bit of value for him, and they made his base multipliers low. And they made his base attack low. His base attack's like 1440 or something. So it's quite low, and so it's kind of hard to build him to hit super hard. But I think Tholen hits perhaps harder, and he self buffs and stuff like that. But Leorius' big draw is his unkillable. Is that he has a way to survive, right? And I don't think Tholen can do that, right? I've never had anything good from Prisms ever. Of course, pulled only one Lego from the Turtle event, and it was, of course, Donatello, who just finished his Fusion 4. Is there any use for 2 Donatellos? I would say no. I would say no, unless you run them on 2 separate teams, perhaps like for Hydra or something. Donatello's a good champ. That's the thing. He's a good champ. He's a booster. He's kind of like Freya, except Freya gives you more shields, but Donatello gives you the reset. But they're very similar. And Freya's a great champion, and Donatello's a great champion too. So having 2 of them, I mean, faction guardians. That's the first thing I would think of. Does Leo apply Stone Skin with no turtles? Yep. That's just his passive working. Yeah. What were you thinking about exchanging Donatello's fragments for mold? I don't know if I would do that. I would rather have 2 Donatellos. Arima for sure. The passive alone can be a menace to a team. Yeah, I think the passive is just so good. You cannot compare Harima versus Leo as Leo don't need accuracy in his build. I mean, Hariba doesn't really need accuracy in her build either. You don't really build her for her debuffs, in my opinion. But started playing around the same time as your HA challenge account. I thought I would follow you and somewhat compete against you. You left me in the dust. Couldn't compete against your skill and luck. Gets SS. Absurd. Oh, okay, that's good then. So he's playable. He can be playable in LA. You saw his two Sig friends in the vault, right? No, I didn't. I couldn't take it anymore. But everybody told me about his two Sig friends in the vault. That would have been good. That would have been good to talk about on his video because that's absolutely absurd, man. Why would you put Sig, like he has some very restrictive rules on himself. So his account, like, to be overly critical of the guy, like, I didn't want to be, first of all, I didn't want to be overly critical of my, like, the guest on your channel, right? But his account, like, is at the point where he has the champions, but he lacks the gear. He lacks the gear. And he can't, get the gear without putting in, serious effort as free to play, right? Because you can't buy gear and obviously all that. But it seems like he's not able to commit the time towards the super end game resource areas, right? And then build out his champions to be like at their full potential. So he has all the crazy champions, but they're not at the full potential they could be because he hasn't committed the time to getting all the the super hard resources, the end game resources, right? um there's a lot of things we could have talked about on his account, but honestly, yeah, it's different strategy. It's different gameplay. It's different gameplay style. It's different kind of strategy, methodology that he has, right? So that's totally cool. I totally respect that, and I didn't want to be overly critical of, obviously my guest. But the way, like, I run my account and the way he runs his account is totally different. It's totally different. So yeah, it's completely different. I wish I had his roster. His roster is absolutely amazing. Like, I have a good roster, but I've definitely fallen behind in the last year or two because I just didn't get any mythicals. While everybody's been stacking mythicals, I've been getting, nothing. I got Aphidus and I got Garrel, right? So, but I did get some pretty good champions along the way. It is what it is. It is what it is, right? And I don't have any crazy relic luck or anything. I got a magma shield, which is great for PvE. So I'm super happy about that. I have like a handful of wands, which is good for PvE, of course. I wouldn't mind more wands, but I've been getting like double the amount of aspect of Suros versus the amount of wands I get. But it is what it is. It's we just do the best we can and with what we are given, and that's it. So yeah, that's all I gotta say about that. Do some more stuff on my alt account. And this is refreshing in 1 minute. We're good. How many points do we have? Probably no points here. 60K. Come on, we gotta do more than that. Burn off some of these resources here. So we got 5K. In about 1 month, we got 5K Magi Steel. I don't know, is that how much you guys get in 1 month? I cannot fill this up, man. I can't do enough arena battles to fill this up. And I do quite a bit of arena battles. Like today is what? Tuesday. And I did 55 battles already. It's Tuesday, so it's 2 days since reset, and I did 55 battles already. So I definitely keep up with my arena battles, and I cannot keep up with this Magi Steel. So I burn this off like 5K every month, like for personal reward, CBC, or whatever, right? But some people say they have tons of Magi Steel. Like when I was talking to Cads, he says he's always capped out on Magi Steel. I'm like, how's that possible? Like, do you not do any crafts, right? Like, it just doesn't make sense to me. It doesn't make sense to me, right? It's just like, how do you, like, look at how much resilience resources I have. I cannot burn this down because I cannot get enough Magi Steel. You know what I mean? Like, you did 93 battles? You do half of full classic arena? No way, man. I don't know. I don't know, man. Like, is that, I do 55. That's plenty. Isn't that plenty? I don't know. Is that not enough? It's Tuesday. It's 6 a.m. Tuesday. I have 55 battles already. How many hours has that been since reset? Like 36? Not even 36. It's been like 30 hours since reset. I don't know. You tell me. If you're doing 93, then I'm slacking off. I need to do more. If that's what you're saying. Did not go for Titus since I don't have Wixwell Brogan. Yeah, without Wixwell, Titus it's not the same level for sure. You missed Donatello. Can we still get him? I think he's pullable from shards. Let me double check. I think he is. There's some weird thing here. Michelangelo is not pullable from shards. Yeah, Michelangelo and Shredder is not pullable from, cannot be summoned from shards. But Donatello should be able to summon him from shards. What are the 2x objective for this CVC? Forge. Sorry, where is it? Am I done? Wait, where does it say? Personal objectives. Doesn't it say somewhere? Didn't it say somewhere here? I think it was Iron Twins. Oh, maybe I'm done. Forge, Iron Twins, Faction Wars, I think. I think it was those two. How many do you do per day? Because I always do 25. So if you do 25, how do you have 100 battles already? Because it's only been 2 days. It's only been 2 days. How do you have 100 battles? That doesn't add up to me. You think the path for Leo is still happening, or are they going to pull an Archer Queen? I hope it's happening. Otherwise, people are going to be really pissed off. But it makes sense that it's going to happen. But where are all your primals? They're right here. Oh, did I move my head? I did. So I have 13 shards, and then I have 43 in the fragments. So I have 57. I'm ready. I'm ready for 57 rares. That's not possible, but you do 53 in classic. So Buggy's obviously doing something extra. He's got some extra bags or something, right? He's got some extra bags. So they've been removing the 2x label really early in CVC. Really annoying. Oh, I see. Buggy is smoking something. He spent gems. Yeah. Do you pull void shards during progressive events? No, I don't. Not often. Not often. It has to be a really good reason why. Like I have to be close to Mercy. I have to have excess resources. Like for example, like I have 129 void shards. I don't feel super great about pulling these like for whatever progressive events unless I really want the champion. One of the biggest wants I have for voids is Marichka or Odin. Marichka or Odin would be the biggest void wants, I think. Yumiko would be another one that would move the needle for my account because Yumiko and Titus, Yumiko and Trunda are really strong. Hey Drury, what's up, man? Welcome to the stream. Delete the red dots? I cannot. They have a bunch of stuff attached to them. So I saved that energy. Actually, you know what? I could release. Let's grab this. I didn't even grab this yet. Do we get points for this? Perfect Soul. I think we get points. Yeah, 250 points. Yeah, 1,000 points. Easy, guys. Easy game, guys. You guys see that? Easy game. Easy game. Just get some free points. Just get some free points by collecting your souls. Easy game, guys. Hey, Yamagi, what's up, man? Easy game. Yeah, that's right. All right, we do have divers open, right? So we can just go ham on the energy right now. Feels like the stream is slightly delayed. I don't know. Is the stream looking okay to you guys? It feels a little bit delayed. I don't know. Live arena battle. Yeah, we can do that too. Did I collect all the energy stuff? Gear enhancement. Just arrived. Did I miss anything important? Of course you did. Missed lots of stuff. So wise, like a thin, hairy Buddha. Oh my god. Thin, hairy Buddha. Not getting that thin. I'm getting big. Turning into a Buddha for sure. How do I get more primal shards? You gotta win. You gotta do Hydra chest. Get Hydra chest. That's the first thing. Do live arena. That's another thing. But you're probably, I don't remember the exact math for how many you get from all areas of the game. I think it's about 10. Do you guys know the math for the primal shards? Is it 10 per month? Because you get 4 from live arena. You can potentially get 4 from Hydra chests. And then you get 1 from your monthly, so that's 9. And then you're probably gonna get 1 or 2 just from doing events throughout the month. So I would say probably about 12. You probably get 12 a month, 12 primals. Like that seems to be reasonable for like an end game player getting all the stuff. I guess it's not reasonable to win every single Hydra clash, but who were you up in siege on your main account? FTH1. FTH1, and they were good. They were a good fight. It was a tier 8 fight, and they did the best against us in 31 sieges. So they were the strongest clan that we faced. And yeah, 1 primal from siege win. Yeah, so even more than, so you could potentially win 4 per week. Oh shit! What happened to this team? Let's see what happened to this team. Why did I lose my Kaimar here? I might still be able to beat this. Was it close or not close? It was relatively close, I would say, but it wasn't like down to the wire close. But they definitely put up the strongest fight against our clan. It's definitely delayed. I think yeah, a little bit of internet connectivity, but should be all good now. Should be all good now. Let me check out this team. Let me check out this team real quick. It shouldn't fail or lose anybody. Two. This guy too slow? Oh, he's too slow. Yeah, he's too slow. Damn. All right, there we go. That should do it. I pulled Toshiro on a Mercy pull 4 days ago, so not hyped about 2x primals. Pulled Toshiro, damn. So you're pulling primals outside 2x? Come on, bro. Come on, bro. The monthly gives a primal? Yes. There's one sorry, the monthly after 270 days. Sorry. So if you're newer than 270 days, then you won't get the primal, but after 270 days, the reward calendar stays the same forever. Actually, no, that's not true. You have to collect the champions after 270 days. I forgot how many days it is. After 2 years or something? 600 days, 570 days, 580 days. So after 580 days, I think, or 570 days, then the reward calendar stays the same forever. And in that reward calendar, it's 1 primal shard per month. Is there any point to saving relic mats? Okay, we had a little chat about this, but basically in my conversation with Banana Jam, she hinted that there potentially could be some kind of event for relics in the future, like boosted events. He hinted at this. And then I said, oh, that means it makes sense to save your relic materials for these events. And then she kind of, obviously she can't answer that. And then she kind of deflected a little bit and all that stuff. And I was like, okay, damn, that sucks because now I have to, now I'm going to think about saving my resources for a boosted relic event. So I don't know. It is what it is. Obviously, most of the world, is just using relic materials whenever they get them. So I don't think there's anything wrong with doing that, but it's possible that there could be a boosted event sometime in the future. Didn't we go through this on Fire Night last time? Last time we tried to improve the team, and then we tried to use like Marius to improve the team. We did get a personal best clear time, but it's not consistent because we got a lucky proc on something, so it was not consistent. Do you have Teox? I don't. I have Teox on my alt account. I don't have it on my main account. I have Teox actually 6-star, fully blessed on my alt account, and he is an absolute monster. Crazy champion. I love him as a champion, just crazy. But I don't have him on my main account here. A little bit unfortunate. The 2x point graphics are bugged. Oh, I see. Where would you recommend using the last laugh relic? That relic's good for lots of champions. The best champion you could put it on is probably a champion that has some kind of healing ability, because to get the full benefit from the relic, you have to have the champion get healed up. But that relic's pretty good on basically anybody, like support, DPS. Yeah, it's good on anybody. Yeah, I would say it's particularly good on a champion that has a cheat death mechanic. So he stays alive and then has a cheat death afterwards. That would be pretty strong. Damn, I need to do live arena on my alt account too. Ugh. You pull your mythicals outside 2x. Okay. Haven't crafted a relic since. Yeah, same, man. RNG of this game is insane. Yeah, that's what keeps people paying. Keeps people paying up. The insane RNG is what makes them a ton of money. Deox is my favorite champ in the game. Him and Lazarius are the core of my account. Yeah, those are really, really strong champions. Hey, JD, what's up, man? How's it going, dude? Would it be good on Leo? Would guarantee the stone skin? I'm not sure how it works with Leo's passive. Not sure how it would work. Is last laugh good on nice? Sorry, I would have to just give me a second. Trying to finish off this fight here. This. We'll take a look at Nice's kit. So Nice, when he suffers fatal damage, he transforms, right? So I have to read the last laugh again. So when they suffer fatal damage, do they actually die? That's the thing. Or do they stay alive? So if he stays alive, that means Nice does not transform. Is that what I'm thinking? And if he doesn't transform, then if he doesn't transform, how does that work? If he doesn't transform, then he stays in his base form. And then he can die again. If he dies again, then he transforms. I think that's what it means. So that would be pretty good. That would be pretty good. All right, I won my live arena fight. I need to think about the my alt account fighting. Okay, so we did a quest there. Do you have Martyr or equivalent with the counterattack buff? Yes, I do. I have the same team, Fire Knight 10, Hard, Teox instead of Kymar 1 minute team. Yeah, I have a Teox team on my alt, and it's actually faster than this team, the double newt team. It's actually faster. The Teox just hits so hard. Um, yeah, it's better against the waves too, right? Because Teox just one shots the waves. So Teox definitely very good against hard Fire Knight. Would you build Warlord for damage or speed accuracy? Warlord is support champion, so speed and accuracy. You need the accuracy to drop the cooldowns, which is his best ability. So he's definitely not built for damage. You think they would put a champ training take all for Leo before the path, or would they do this for Shredder instead? I think it's for Shredder that they do the winner take all. I don't think they'll give you 2 shots at Leo or 2 shots at a champion through an event. 6-star Teox is OP, yeah. I got Teox at 6-star as well on my alt. Picked up Lamasu today, very excited to pair her with Yumiko. Have Titus, 5-star soul. Missing Wixwell, oh my god. Wixwell is really key, man. Wixwell is one of the biggest keys to the Titus team. If I were you, like, I don't know, really tough. Any kind of Wixwell progressive, maybe you have to go for it. It's really tough. Yeah, we got the 6-star Marius. Yeah, we did. Got it maybe like 2 months ago, maybe. What's a realistic goal for Chimera challenges completed in a run? I mean, that's such a super broad question because it really depends on your roster, right? Actually, it depends on your roster and your ability to play the game. Because you might not have time to do trials, or you might not have time to manual. You might not have time to restart and do things again. So there's a lot of factors, right? Like you can look at a team and say, okay, the maximum for this team is this, but I can never hit the maximum because I don't have time to do this. Even though you have the champions to do so. Quick craft. Can you quick craft even if you don't have space? Okay. Craft. I've only had about 10 or 15 primals the whole time I've played, and during 2 different fusions, I pulled a couple, get some points. Both times I end up pulling a mythical. Yeah, that's pretty lucky, man. That's pretty lucky. My first mythical, it took me 204 mythicals, and I always pull on boosted events. So consider yourself extremely lucky. And yeah, sometimes for me, like apparently my situation happens 10% of the time where somebody pulls on 1% rates and then they have to go all the way to mercy. And that happens 1 in 10. So I was the unlucky 1 in 10th person for that to happen to. So consider yourself extremely lucky to pull mythical with 2 mythicals with only 15 total pulls. So that's pretty lucky. Have you done a video on how to use the forge for relic crafting? I probably did. Probably one of my first relic videos back in the day. But basically, what you want to do is you don't want to mix rarities. So, for example, you don't want to use materials from different colors, different color materials, basically. So you don't want to use legendary materials with rare materials, stuff like that. But it's okay to mix the types of relics. So you can go standard group, Chimera group, Faction Wars group. You can mix them all together, but make sure the colors are the same. That's probably the best general strategy. And then if you want to get like really nitty gritty into it, you can like further dissect like the groups that you're targeting. Like for example, like if you don't want epics from a certain group, then you want to minimize the chance of you getting from that group. So there's a bit more min maxing that can happen, but the most basic strategy is to not mix the colors. Worth pushing heavy for Shredder if it's a winner take all? I don't think so. I don't think Shredder is that great. His kit reads good, but I did play test him. He doesn't hit super hard, and most of his bonuses come from being under Veil. So unless you have a champion that puts him in Veil first, for him to put himself on Veil requires him to get hit, which is not something you want your nuker to happen. Like you don't want that to happen to your nuker, right? So it doesn't really work for him because he doesn't actively put Veil on himself. He passively puts Veil on himself, but it requires him to get hit. So that's a pretty big drawback because a lot of his bonuses come from being under Veil. So it is what it is. But his kit reads really good. It reads good. Like he has CC, he has ways to survive, he has multi hits, he has ignore defense. He has a lot of stuff. But yeah, I don't think so. I don't think he's worth all your resources to get. But if you're able to get all 6 of the characters from the collab, you do get a little bit of a bonus. You get a mythical relic, which is pretty cool. You get a couple gemstones or whatever. But Marius, 2 newts, counterattack, camp, ally attack for 1 minute. Counterattack. So the team's getting hit first. So you run a you run a slower team. Can you show your Teox? Got him somewhat recently and haven't built him yet. Teox, you just give him. My Teox is in Merciless. Excuse me. So 6-piece Merciless for my Teox. He doesn't have to be super fast because he gains turn meter from debuffs. So he's not super fast for me. He's like 225 speed. No accuracy needed, and I think like 9k attack or something. He's just juiced up, right? And obviously with the 6-star blessing, it really helps. But yeah, just give him your best damage gear. You can do a lot of work. You're 4 months into the game. I'm stuck on Friday Night Hard and rare or epics I can use. I don't have much legendaries. For Friday Night Hard, there's some key epics that are really good, like Neldor is really good, Creoldin's really good, ally attacker like Fat Man. Coldheart still is useful. She has a quad hit A1, bring down the shield relatively quickly. Any kind of ally attack champion is going to be helpful. Free champions are good. Like Yokaro is a free champion you can get from the clan shop, I think. But I think 4 months into the game, you probably don't have Yokaro yet. Stagnite's good. Any kind of decreased speed champion's good. Stagnite's pretty decent if you have him. There's some options. Like I made a full epic team for Fire Night Hard 6, and it was just farming it like perfectly fine. Obviously the gear goes a long way. If you have good gear, you can make your champions way faster, and that really helps. So but yeah, 4 months into the game, hard Fire Night's gonna be pretty tough. You done 140 without red? Yeah, I hope you get it before 200. You have to pull mythical on day 211. I used to pull mostly 2x, but have pulled a handful outside lately. As someone who isn't lucky, I pulled a 6-star Toshiro blessing, aka I will never pull Toshiro from a shard. Have you done a video about how you achieved a finely groomed mustache? Hard work, man. It's hard work. It took me 205 voids to pull my first void Lego, and it's corner. It feels bad. It does feel bad, man. 205 void shards. Yeah, well, it feels bad. I only pulled during 2x void. Yeah. Hey, good morning, Samuel. I was able to empower Mikey. Should I get Donnie just because of that? Replace Rathblows and Ninja in my 3rd worst Hydra team. I mean, Mikey and Donnie's not going to do great damage, like comparable to Rathalos Ninja. So you're going to lose some damage, but you probably gain survivability. Fast Marius. Okay. The problem is my newts are like kind of speed tuned for my other dungeons too. So I don't want to change the speeds on them because it works perfectly fine for all the other dungeons I use them in. So that's kind of thing. That I did look at counterattack teams for hard Fire Knight, but the speeds just didn't work for me. So I wanted like faster newts at that time, and then here it still works. But I think to shave off 30 seconds or so for the Fire Knight hard team, I think I'm okay with leaving it as is. Let's do some live arena here. Pick up some W's. Are you saying Marius build from a Marius basically in all content? Okay. Yeah, but just the newts. Yeah, I need them at the right speeds, like for Sand Devil and stuff. 220 voids for second year Carl. Ugh. Yeah, throw up a little bit. Sorry, man. That sucks. Spirit Devil. Let's go, Spirit Devil. If I can get to Spider Hard 7, is there a reason to do Spider Normal? Normal will give you more points per energy. Like level 20 gives you the most points. It's just the most efficient if you're doing like events and you're low on energy. But if you can do, hard stage, it's just going to give you the better chance to drop gear. I'm going to try to take advantage of this CP here. Hey, Steve, what's up, man? Hello, hello. What feels bad is pulling 3 Legos from Void Shards. 2 of them are your Carls and an Arbiter. That is feeling pretty bad. That does feel pretty bad. I only have Stagnite. Other champions you mentioned. Seems I gotta park Fire Knight Hard for a while. Yeah, 4 months into the game, I mean, Fire Knight Hard's already a really good achievement, so. We'll save you energy for turn attack tourneys, though. True. It doesn't happen very often, luckily. Ah, dang, you forced me into... Uh, damn, I don't think I can kill him with no DPS. Unfortunately, I don't have increased defense for Harima too, which kind of sucks. But Harima's gonna be pretty good here, I think. Let's see what happens. I mean, Fabian's gonna be a pretty weak spot here because he's just gonna get one shot by the Sigfriend. See what happens. Super slow Sifi here, but I do have an aura, like a speed aura here, but pretty slow Sifi. Still gets, he somehow resisted. He resisted my Fabian. Fuck, he resisted my Fabian. Why? Uh, and only A1. And only A1. Only A1. Still hitting pretty hard. This mirror is still hit pretty hard even with the Harima passive on the field. Damn, this block damage is a bit of a pain here. Can't do anything. I can't revive. If I revive, then Marius is gonna go off here. How about decrease attack? Yeah, maybe I should have stole Rodos's life. Actually, I probably should have stole Rodos's life. From the collab with Cads, what did you find most interesting about his playstyle? I was most interested how he didn't seem interested in pushing for rewards in events. Yeah, I mean, his playstyle worked for himself. Like he's very he said he's a very casual player. Um Obviously he enjoys the min-maxing process, but I think we're done here. So he enjoys the min-maxing process, but it's not it wouldn't be the like I did talk about it a little bit, but it wouldn't be the same way that I would play. And yeah, and I think that's totally fine. Everybody has their own way of playing. Um but I think if I had those resources, I would just like for me, like we have, you know, for me, like we have only a window of time where our account is like super strong, and for him, he has all these champions, but for him to not use them like in PvP, it's kind of just not using them to their potential, and he knows that. He knows that, and he's okay with that, so that's fine. But for me, if you know, for me, I would definitely try to push my account as strong as possible. Um, because I know that the window of time where you're really strong in PvP, if you have a strong, if you even have that window, um, is limited. It's not gonna be there forever. So I would definitely push as hard as I could to be as strong as possible. Um, but for him, he doesn't care about that. He has his own conditions, which is totally respectable, right? But it also leads him to not care about certain things. Like he doesn't really get bothered by going for things, right? Like, he doesn't really get bothered by it, which is interesting. It's interesting. So um, I already have Arbiter trying to do Marius missions now. Been playing for 1 month, only have 3 6 stars. How long should I be farming 12-3 brutal until? I mean, you'll be farming 12-3 brutal until forever. You'll always be farming 12-3 brutal. Just the way it goes. Um, but 3 6 stars in your first month, I mean, that's reasonable. It's nothing. It's not like you're doing badly or anything like that. So he's gonna ban Neve here, so I'm gonna lose Sifi. Just gonna I need Sifi. Oh, he's gonna ban Sifi? Oh, this guy baited me here. Damn it. This guy hella baited me, man. Damn it. Yeah, I got hella baited there. I was gonna try to get a battle with you in LA, but I haven't. I have tanked like 40 in a row, and I don't think it matches up. Why do you tank 40 in a row? Just use the lockout, man. There, decrease attack. uh, this might be a tough matchup. I don't know. I don't. It might be a tough matchup. have to kill that Noelle, and then I have to deal with this Empress, which is pain. Ah, I needed that AoE so badly. Yeah, this block of buff is gonna be the end of me here. Um, sure. Force him to revive. And let's do this. Can we CC anybody? Pretty good. Decrease attack here. After crit damage on Great Hall, what should I do next? Accuracy. Accuracy, crit damage. Um, you could definitely go for like HP or defense. Wouldn't go for attack, that's for sure. Wouldn't go for attack. HP or defense makes sense. Resistance also is one that could be kind of tough. I need to heal up here. Res helps. Yeah, res does help. All right. I mean, I shouldn't lose to this account. I don't think I should lose to this account. I don't think like his guys are just not geared at the same level, so I shouldn't lose to this account. Even though it was a little bit tricky there, because then we were getting CC'd, we had the block buffs on us and stuff, but it doesn't seem like he has the damage to really hurt us here. Well, that was great, as it was cool to see two different free-to-play styles. I wouldn't play like him, as some resources lose value over time, but as long as you're happy, that's all that matters. Exactly. That's kind of, yeah, exactly. Resources lose value over time. Like all his shards will get devalued, right? That's the thing, and we're already experiencing that already, like over the last 2 years or something, ever since Mythical came in. So when you're hoarding things like ancient shards, we already kind of feel that ancient shards are losing value because the champions you pull from them, most of them are trash. They don't do anything, right? Especially in the like super end game. In the super end game, where I assume he is basically he can do everything in the game if he wanted to, except for PvP. The ancient shards don't have much value anymore because whatever you pull from them, you just don't care about most of the time. Like for me personally, I probably only care about maybe 5% of non-void, non-mythical champions, and a lot of it is to like first of all fill up faction guardians. But I found that my faction guardians is almost done. My faction guardians is almost done. Um, I have one faction, two factions, three, four, five that are not done. So I've done 2/3 of the faction guardians already in this game. So I'm at the stage where I can start empowering my champions, like a good amount of them, because I have extras. I have extra dupes now. My faction guardians is done. So the like ancient shards to me is just relatively low value. Void shards still have good value because obviously like there's some key voids left. Like for me, like Suzanne, Odin, Marichka, Yumiko. There's some really nice ones that I would love to have, and obviously the primals. I haven't even got into this meta yet, right? Like the mythical meta, right? I haven't even got into that yet, and probably never will. I mean, like in terms of years, I would have to play in this game. It'd probably be like another 5 years or something, right? For me to catch up in that department. And then blessings too, right? Blessings is a big problem because I mentioned this in a video before, but basically, like when you commit to a champion for 6 stars and you're free to play, this is basically half a year of your life fully grinding it out, right? And then in half a year of your life or half a year of full-time gameplay, the meta could move. The meta could move away, right? And when the meta moves away, you're stuck with this champion with 6 stars that you committed half of your year to, and now you don't use that much anymore. So it's a really big time sink. It's a really big energy, like resource sink, and the payoff might not be there for you, right? In the end. So for example, um, like for example, my Taras, I built him from 0 to 6, and then my account and progression has progressed past the point where I just don't use Taras that often anymore, and he just has a 6-star that I built, and he doesn't really do too much. Like I have him in a 9-piece merciless set, and he's in my event dungeon team, and he does good work, and he kills banner lords really good. But if you told me that my Taras would basically be relegated to faction wars and an event dungeon, I wouldn't build him to 6 stars. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? Same thing. Same thing with my Harima. I built her 6 stars, and my account has kind of progressed past her where I don't even use her that often in arena anymore. And if you told me that I would only use her in basically faction wars, I wouldn't build her to 6 stars. It's crazy, right? So blessings is a big problem. Like for low spend free to play where you don't get that many soul stones, you have to build them. You have to build them. And it's just a lot of time. Time sunk, and the meta can move away. So that's how it goes. Once I finish this, do 1 win a day. The rest, yeah. I mean, I try to get the gear from Live Arena, right? I try to get the gear, like the five piece box here, because the impulse gear is still really good. Impulse and zeal, right? So it's still really good. I try to do the 5 and get the chest and then duck out, but what's the best gear for Stag Knight? Just speed and accuracy. You don't need a particular gear set. He has good base HP, so if you have like a shield set, that kind of helps. He's a good candidate for shield set because, yeah, like I said, he has good base HP. Arman's nerfed the meta. The funny thing is, Arman's isn't even meta anymore. He's basically gone. Or not gone, but he's definitely been reduced greatly in the overall live arena meta. You don't see him get picked anymore. Like, it used to be first overall pick, nonstop. Arman's used to be first overall pick, no matter what. I don't want to pick another block debuff. Let's go with Freya here. Have you empowered any legendaries yet? If so, which one? If not, which would you consider empowering now? The only empowered champion I have on both my accounts is my Rhodos. My Rhodos is +1. Okay, so he's going for Volcanos. He's a very squishy team. He's a very squishy team. So I don't have an aura, unfortunately. So he has a big aura here. He might go first. And he has a Donatello for the Terminator boost. So he's probably trying to go first, and he doesn't. So even with Carnage's 30% aura, 33% aura, he doesn't go first. So it helps to be fast, but he does have Supersonic on his Fabian, so he's going to lock us out here. So he still gets what he wanted, but it's kind of funny that we still end up going first. And we got really unlucky with the protected buffs here from Sifi, and he stripped off the stone skin too, so very unlucky with a lot of the RNG that has happened so far. And we lose everybody, which is even more unlucky. Extra turn. Unfortunately, he has Donatello, so Donatello is going to prevent death here. Yeah, prevent death. I kind of need an extra turn here. Can we get it? We don't. Counterattack? Not good enough. I think if we got a little bit luckier with some of the protected buffs, that might have made a difference, but a little bit, I don't know, whatever. RNG'd. We didn't get the favorable RNG. We didn't get bad RNG, but we didn't get favorable. We just need a little bit lucky there. What's going on here? People giving us free wins? I mean, thanks, guys. You know, I'm happy to take the free wins here. No block debuffs? Yo, what's going on here? Everyone just giving us free wins? Yo, I literally got 3 free wins here. Are you going for the fusion? Yes, we're gonna go for the fusion. Low level arena. For comparison, I pulled Suzanne, but don't use her because she's not 6-star. Sifi is still really good. You just need another fast champion around 440 so the enemy doesn't cut in. Also, R-Man's still meta. Yeah, R-Man's still meta. I mean, you still get picked a lot, right? A lot of people have him and all that stuff. Yeah, Suzanne. Unfortunately, if I pulled Suzanne, I wouldn't be able to use her because I don't have a soul for her, right? Ah, fuck. Hmm. I just don't have great ways to deal with this champion. I don't know. How do you deal with this champion? You can't buff up. Can't buff up. How do you deal with this champion? Why do you choose Freya for La Arena? I have her really fast. So she has Terminator boost. So she cleanses and Terminator boost. She also has a passive that protects your highest crit damage champion. Do you have any dupes that you no longer need for faction guardians that you might empower? Yes, I will. I probably have to like go over my roster a little bit. I definitely can empower some champions, but there's none that are like super critical. I think UDK might be a champion I can empower. Like I can +2 my UDK and still have enough for faction guardians. So he might be a candidate for an empowerment. There were some other champions too, but they're not meta or anything, so it's not super important. But the UDK would be one that I would look into. Like I have 3 like Turbolds and like 3 Ethos and stuff like that. They're not meta or anything, right? So uh kind of sucks, I guess, but Stone Skin would be destroyed. You'd probably get rid of the block damage, I guess. I don't know. I feel like if we don't get rid of Duchess, he's just gonna hide behind this and we're just dead. But Sulfuron's Stone Skin, I guess. I hate that. Fine. Life token shop resets in a week. Hope for something good. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, for empowerment reasons. All our stone skins gone. Can you show how you beat Amius when you're struggling? HP burn, brimstone, and then just a really tanky team that you keep surviving. Oh my god, look at this. Give me a turn. There we go. Let me kill this guy. Boom. Let me kill. Oh no. What is that? Debuff spread? What is that? Plague? What is that? Fatigue. It's from a relic, right? Fatigue. I've never seen that debuff before. What is that? I've never seen that debuff before. Fatigue. I recognize it now, but I don't know where it's from. Fatigue. Oh, is this one? Mind of Mark Markate. 25% chance of placing fatigue debuff. I like how they don't allow us to know what the hell fatigue debuff means. Chance to place fatigue. I have no idea what this does. Fatigue. It's kind of like sleep, right? I think it's like a worse version of sleep. That's what it feels like. Anyways, let's get that last win. It's a pain in the ass here. It's rare and it's kind of useless. Okay. Yo, yo, it's hilarious, man. Okay, we got the chest. Literally, like we won. What is it? 1, 2, 3, 4. Like the four back. Well, we won 5, but 4 out of the 5 wins today, they just left. What the hell, man? It's pretty funny. I don't know. I've never experienced that before. Maybe it's a stream thing. I don't know. But or you know what? Maybe it's a seasonal thing. It might be a seasonal thing that's happening. That never happens. That never happens. What do you think the fusion will help you on your account? The fusion is not going to do anything for me. It's probably not going to do anything for me, to be honest. He may be fit into maybe a Hydra team, but my Hydra teams are pretty set. Yeah, my Hydra teams are pretty set unless I pull one of the big meta champions, which would probably be like Yumiko. But my Hydra teams are pretty set. So for me, he's not going to do too much. It's kind of just like a Pokemon thing at this point. And my Dwarf Faction Wars is actually maxed out, so I literally have no use for this guy, like for the fusion. Sorry, but I go for him anyways, just because hey, we're playing Raid Shadow Legends, Raid Shadow Fusions. So we go for everything. I told you we all leave. Is that what happens? Really? I wouldn't empower UDK pass +1. Don't want the extra speed. I think. Okay, well, while we're here, yes, I can empower my UDK. So I would get 10 speed. Yeah, that would be that would be not good. I don't know. What does it actually give you? +2. You get some pretty decent benefits from +2. You get 10% defense, extra res, accuracy, and the speed. I guess the speed is a big thing for most people, but yeah, you don't really want the speed on the UDK. The +1, you get 15 res, like 10 defense, 10 HP. Is seriously not even that much. Marius, I have just one fox. I kind of like the fox. I'm just gonna keep the fox. Lydia, I mean, I could empower her +1. It's not biggest deal. Thor, I can empower +1. Yeah, Barbarian faction is definitely full. Ethos, I have 1. I can power him up. Newt, I have 4 newts. It's crazy. I have 4 newts, but obviously not going to empower them. Actually, I miss. High champions set as faction guardians. No, don't do that. Don't hide. So yeah, Thor. What's Mithrala? Can't do Mithrala. Yeah, I have 4 newts. Not going to empower them. Mortu, I can empower. Duchess, I used 2 of them, like for 2 teams, so I could use that. What's Lamasu? Don't have her. Trunda, I have 3 Trundas. I have 3 Trundas, but I pretty much only use 1. I do have like a second one built, master and everything. It feels kind of bad to like feed her off. But I do have, a +2 Trunda potentially. Arbiter, I could +1. Kymar, I could +1, but I like 2 Kymars. 2 Kymars is fun. There we go. Karato, guys. New meta. He's coming. +2 Karato. Ray, +2 Ray incoming. World's strongest Ray. +3 Biggin. World's strongest free to play Biggin coming. Can I +4 champion? Oh, wait, I can +4. I think I can +4 somebody. I do have, oh, Kreela. Kreela, the world's strongest free-to-play Kreela. What do you guys think? The world's strongest free-to-play Kreela. Fusion looks like a better buffer for the ignore defense buff. Yeah. So yeah, from my showcase, I basically said like he doesn't do great damage. Like his A3 hits okay when you get the extra damage applied, or the double damage, the 100% damage. But without it, he doesn't really kill many champions through Stone Skin. So he's actually better as a buffer or a debuffer. Yeah. So either or is good. Creto play. I never understand the leaving thing in LA. Competing and winning against strong account is the best feeling. Sometimes it saves you time. I understand it. To be fair, 10 speed on UDK doesn't mean much when you got supports at 400 speed. When you empower a champ, can you use the other one if you have two of the same? When you empower a champ, that champ is gone. You know what I mean? So if I feed my Kreela into my Kreela, she's gone. So I can't use the second copy. So I only have one copy. I think that's answers your question. I think that answers your question. Do some of this. All right. I think we'll do the lethal crafts as well. Yeah, I think we'll do the lethal crafts, but probably not on stream, but I'll probably have to do that pretty soon. 7 million silver earned from doing all these crafts, guys. There we go. That's why you do it. That's why you farm Magi Steel. That's why you farm these materials. Get easy silver, guys. Easy silver. Easy silver. Easy points. Easy points. Easy silver. Look at this. I can never make enough Magi Steel to burn through all my resources. It's just, I can never do it. Fortitude, like here, lethal 153. I'm probably gonna do this when I have a little bit more time. What do you guys think for lethal gear? Are you guys still doing like this is the usual setup I have? Yeah, there's some pretty strong players in chat, so I would love to hear your opinion on things. But this is the usual setup I have for lethal crafts or any kind of DPS set. Usually I put crit rate here. And then I kind of leave this gear charm kind of open, depending on, maybe if I have an idea of which slot I'm missing, then I'll put slot. Like, for example, glove, any of the bottom three, probably, more often, but glove seems to be the most popular one. I mean, these two are probably pretty good, glove or chest. But what do you guys think? You guys have any opinions on your DPS crafts? So I'm talking about like Slayer gear, instant gear, lethal gear or whatever. Yeah. Give me a sec here. Build a third nut, and you have your fastest Fire Knight team. I do have my third nut. What's a team you got for me, JD? What team you got for me for 3 newts? Is it no Kymar? Is it 2 ally attacks, 3 newts? Is that the fastest? I don't have a Slayer. I don't have the Reaper. I don't have a big Reaper though. I don't have a big Reaper. Just sell all that green crap? No, man, it's not all crap. Come on, man. I got Quintus using Kreela as my second nuker. 400 crit damage. She can sweep. Yeah, she actually hits pretty decent. I used to use Kreela for my first unkillable team. She gave me my first 2-key unkillable for Ultra Nightmare. Well, for an unkillable team, anyways. She pushed me over the edge. And she was the first fusion when I first started. So when I first started the game, I saw her as a fusion. I was like, what is this? How do you get this champion? Who's this orc lady? I look at who is using lethal and what piece with what stats would give them a boost. Oh wow, so you're specifically targeting one champion. That's wild. I always craft chess. I would max a second Krila for Cintranos. Yeah, that's a good shout actually. I'm not serious about like obviously like building a +4 Krila because I think that's actually feels kind of wasteful. I don't know. But yeah, second Creel kind of makes sense. There is a stage where she's super useful. How come silver isn't affected by the energy cap of 2.14 billion, but damage is? I don't know. It's weird. I don't know. Maybe because previously this was not decimal. This was just like a full number in the past. If you guys look at this, this used to be just full numbers on some people. Um, and then they reduced it to this. I think. Actually, I'm not too sure. I think that was the case, or maybe it changed at billion. At billion, it turned to a B. I'm not too sure. I don't remember. I don't remember actually. Now that I think about it, my mirrors can only improve with new shield with crit damage, defense, crit rate, speed. So I'll focus on that. So shield. Thor ally attack 3 newts maybe. Don't know if that works. How do you have so much silver? I'm sure you already explained in some videos, but I missed it. It's always silver broke. I've been playing a long time. I've been playing a long time. You can't really accumulate silver quickly. That's the thing. So I played a long time. Playing efficiently, grinding everything in the game, and then over time you just amass silver. I don't know. The first year in this game, I was at the first 10 months, first 9 months, I was at about 100 million already. And then at that point, I never was silver broke again. I never had to like farm spider for silver like ever. I never had to worry about silver. So even participating in like deck of fates where you have to spend like 200 300 million silver, never really worried. I use silver to unlock the slots in my box, my roster box as well. So, and I max out basically every single artifact enhancement event. I don't know why. I don't know how. I just attribute it to just playing the game and just being a little bit more conscious or frugal with moving gear around, perhaps. I don't know. They should add the steel ingot. Yes, they should add Magi Steel to Doom Tower. I would love that. Speed or crit damage charm for me. Okay, speed or crit damage charm. Merciless gear made lethal and savage Garbo. You still use lethal because you still use lethal stone skin in arena builds. Are you gonna forge that or what? Keep flexing, bro. Player should increase the drops for dungeons. Restart Reaper. I'm glad I've always silver broke. Now the regear is free. Um, yeah, I don't know. I don't have space to hold this stuff. That's the thing. So I don't want to craft it. I'm gonna craft it off camera because I don't have space to hold it. Like I don't want to craft it and have it go to my inbox and I have to filter it out. So I'm probably not gonna do that on stream here. It's just kind of a waste, pretty waste of time. Big time sink here. Speed, accuracy, speed. We'll keep that chest. That chest is serviceable for sure. Let's roll this up. Double speed. Damn it. Maybe it's still useful. Not that useful. Not that useful. Not useful to me, anyways. We'll roll up some of this gear. I hate this. I just can't. I don't have the time to manage all this stuff. The accessories are just going crazy here. We probably should just get rid of all this epic level gear. It's just I'm just way beyond this at this point. Like this boot's actually okay. I mean, you go quad crit rate, could be usable, right? Quad crit rate, come on. Quad crit damage, come on. It could be usable. Off piece, could be usable. You never know. Like a tier F, champion, tier F nuking champion. Like I have tons of this gear. It has to be like exceptional quad or something. I think this piece is usable if it quads up. I think it's it might fit into a build. Might fit into one build. Like even perception nowadays, triples are not super crazy. Like if I go triple speed, like this shield is pretty good. If I quad up or triple up the speed or accuracy, it'd be pretty good here. Like not that great, right? Like I go triple crit rate, could be usable. Let's have a look. Kind of split all over the place. I mean, I probably wouldn't even use this piece, right? It's just kind of whatever. Triple speed here could be usable. It's already maxed out speed. Okay, it's maxed out speed. Could go 24. 23, like this 23 with accuracy and HP percentage. This is like a perfect. This is like a perfect perception epic piece. Like almost perfect, right? Because you have 23 out of 24 possible speed. You have HP percentage, which is perfect for a support champion, and then you have accuracy for the other stat. The problem is, like my account is like beyond like 6-star epic gear, right? So like even a piece like this is just not super needed, but it's a great piece. It's a great piece. Yeah, great piece. 16 it? Yeah, sure, I'll 16 it. Maybe we'll get resistance or defense percentage. We got resistance. I mean, this is a great piece. This is a great piece. Great support piece. Yeah, great support piece. This one's no good. This is no good. Like I'm not even gonna bother like rolling these ones up. Yeah. Like this boot could be okay. Why not? This boot could be okay. Let's see where it goes. It doesn't have accuracy, but and it rolled pretty bad, so probably not usable. But we got 18% HP percentage with defense percentage. It could be usable on somebody, so maybe hold on to it. Speed boots are always going to be decent. This one has accuracy. We could go triple on the accuracy here, which would be pretty nice. Double on the accuracy. How about that? Double accuracy. Damn it, split up. Maybe usable. I mean, it could be a cheap boot. If it rolls speed, it's a cheap boot. I don't know. It's not really too great. This shield, I'm gonna dump this one. But yeah, we got one good epic shield out of all that, so not too bad. Put it on 10 times rolls 3. Just 16 all your shit. Is there a way to see the low and high roll value of the range of subset? Oh, good question. Um, there is. Hold on, there is. There must be a way. 5 and 6-star P. Yes, there is. There is. When it shows the drops, I think. So when it shows the drops, yes, right here. So it shows it. 5-star gear. 5-star gear shows. Sorry, it shows it right here. Possible drops. Okay, so let's go to a dungeon. It does show it here. Sorry, this might be helpful for some of you guys that actually didn't know. Let's go to Spider 10, I guess. Does this matter? No. So 6-star mythical banner. Best possible drop rate from Spider Den. You got 16 accuracy, 16. It starts at 16, goes all the way up to 96. Does that help? Amulet. 6 crit damage. So this is the max roll, I guess, per upgrade. So 6% crit damage. And it rolls all the way up to 40. But yeah, it does show you the rolls here, or the range, I guess. Does it show the range? It doesn't show the range. It shows you the best possible. I don't know. That's probably the closest you're gonna get from in-game. Mythical charms? Mythical charms. Yeah, I got 3.9, so just under 4K. I mean, eventually these will cap out, right? 10K eventually. Forge gear count towards the gear enhance, even for the dog rare champ. I never get points for enhancing. Enhancing. What do you mean enhancing? you need to have this, like this event. Yes, I'm getting some credit for, 16, I'm getting some credit here for maxing out my gear pieces. If that's what you're saying. Oops, things got messed up there a little bit. You got like 600. How's that possible? That means you're just using it on things, or you're crafting more things. I don't know. I just don't use them that often because the sets that we craft are not that great. Um, anyways, you keep 5-star pieces. No, not really anymore. I was keeping some of the accessories like Merciless. Actually, that's not true. I still keep some 5-star pieces in the sets that require, that are basically like the super strong sets. Um, if I have no better option. If I have no better option, for example, like if I need a ring to complete a 9-piece protection set or a 9-piece feral set or a 9-piece merciless set, and I don't have a better option, like I don't have a 6-star option that's better, then I keep the 5-star piece. But I'm very deliberate on which 5-star pieces I keep, just because, yeah, my account's like super end game. I don't need 5-star pieces at this point. Even if you roll like a perfect 5-star piece for me, it might not be better than some pieces I already have, just because the total stats just not enough on a 5-star piece anymore. Like I'm seeing some of the issues with like, epic pieces, right? Like some 6-star epic pieces, when they max out roll, it's still not enough because, you know we're looking for like 6-star legendary or mythical pieces now. Like just not enough stats. You use them on perception, yeah, that's fair. Yeah, perception can still be okay, right? It still has speed stats and stuff. Forging gear doesn't give you points outside CVC. Yes, that's right. Delete all 5-star gear. Yeah. I have 1,600 artifacts, almost a full inbox. Don't have the time to mass cleanse. What's an easy filter to delete all? Yeah, just 5-star epic everything. 5-star rare for sure, and then 5-star epics is basically the next thing, and then you start targeting sets. So basically, you just mass delete some sets. Some sets you just mass delete, depending on where you are in the game. Like for example, like lifesteal is basically like a mass delete. Lifesteal. There's a couple sets that are mass delete, but it really depends on your progress. Like I can't just tell you to mass delete whatever without knowing what your account can do. But yeah, the meta is the end game is basically all sets you don't have to pay for. You have to grind for, right? So Hydra sets, Stone Skin Protection, Centrano sets, um, Merciless, Supersonic gear, Pinpoint gear from event dungeons. That's where you're spending your energy. Um, Speed gear is still okay from Dragon. Savage gear is still okay. Regen gear is still okay. Still has uses. Um, Curse gear, one good curse set goes a long way for Hydra and stuff like that. Maybe 2 good curse sets. You could have a provoke set that could be good from Ice Golem, but stun set could be okay. Faction Wars and Centrano stages. But there's not too many sets that you use in this game. Most of the sets are just hot garbage. And then Live Arena. Live Arena, the key sets. Impulse set, Zeal set. They're the, top damage 2-piece and then top speed 2-piece. So most of the gear sets you don't pay energy for nowadays. Slayer and Instinct set. Well, yeah, I'm just talking like because I don't pay for that stuff, right? So I don't have access to good Slayer gear. I don't have access to Instinct gear. Um, yeah, but if you pay for those Forge passes, then yes, those are good sets as well. I would say Instinct not as good, but Instinct's a serviceable, decent set. But Slayer is definitely very solid. Just depending on what champion you can fit out in a Slayer set. Is endgame live arena for hours? I'm not sure what that means. Clearing most bosses on 1 key. Nice. That's good. With the cat hammer. Oh, I see. If you have enough, ignore defense, then yes, having the extra speed is better. Yeah, sure. Yeah. If you're min maxing like that, sure. I mean, it's definitely usable. It's definitely a good set. Just preferred set, right? Not most people are not close to the 100% ignore defense. Yeah, I think we're gonna be calling it here right now. So everybody's getting up in the morning and we're getting ready for school. So gonna have to get that going. But yeah, thank you guys so much for hanging out. Really appreciate it. We had pretty much 300 people here hanging out for most of the stream, so really appreciate that. If you guys are new here, make sure you guys leave a like, leave a sub if you guys want to come back. We do stream for CVC pretty regularly, but usually I don't stream regularly. But we do daily uploads on YouTube and stuff. So if you guys are new here, make sure you guys stick around. And yeah, thank you guys so much. Really appreciate your participation as always. So thank you guys. Don't know why people think you need 100% ignore defense. Like if your damage dealer kills at 100%, you still likely have 5% left. Yeah, it's I don't know. I don't know the damage calculations off the top of my head, but do they have plans to leave a live arena open 24/7? Yes, they confirmed that in the conversation that I had with Banana Jam. They did say they're gonna do live arena 24 hours. Update drops in the old dungeons so that we aren't wasting energy there every future. I don't think so. I think they're going to leave the dungeons as they are because it's a progression thing, right? Because earlier players need to progress through the dungeons to get, the gear, and then they use the gear to get to the end game levels so that they can farm different gear. And that's kind of how it goes. That's how this game goes. So yeah, it is what it is. All right, guys. Have a great day. Hopefully, we'll see you guys in the next video. And yeah, I'll be uploading a video here pretty soon. So yeah, stay tuned for that. See you guys. Have a good day.